Hey, it's Greg Burdine, Route 66, day 258. We're going to finish up some of the historical, biographical sections of Daniel, and we're going to get into some of his major prophecies. We already saw some prophecies from Nebuchadnezzar and his dreams, but we're going to get into some good prophecies that were given to Daniel himself. So, three chapters today: Daniel 6, 7, and 8. In Daniel chapter 6, Daniel's old and he continues to pray to God despite a royal decree that forbid anybody to pray to any other God. And he does it. And so he is thrown into a lion's den, but is miraculously protected. And the king, it's a new king, King Darius, honors Daniel and honors the God of Daniel, who is proclaimed as the living God. It's a story we hear as little kids, but it's still a good story to read again as an adult. Daniel chapter 7, Daniel has a vision of four beasts that represent four kingdoms. And you have Babylon and Medes and the Persians and the Greeks. Medes and Persians are together. The Greeks and the Romans is where it came down historically after this. And then he sees it's called the Ancient of Days. The Son of Man receives an everlasting dominion. And this gives him hope that God has a future. You know, the nation of Israel is in captivity, and what's going to happen to them? God's kingdom. There will be Gentile nations that will rise and fall, but God's kingdom will remain forever. And then in Daniel chapter 8, Daniel sees another vision, and it represents the Medes and the Persian Empire and the Greek Empire by a ram and a goat. And not giving any names, but it foretells the rise of Alexander the Great and later a fierce ruler who we know as Antiochus Epiphanes that really opposed God and his people. And this even looks forward to the end times when the Antichrist comes in. And Gabriel, the angel, explains this vision to him. So it can be a challenge to understand, but it's real good when you realize that God's prophecies came out exactly true. So some lessons. Faithfulness may bring some trials, but God will deliver us. Daniel was faithful to pray, and it led him into the lion's den, but God took care of him. And so your faithfulness sometimes may lead you into some areas that are uncomfortable, to say the least, for Daniel, but God is going to take care of you. Second lesson, God's kingdom is everlasting. The vision that he received shows that this coming king, which we know now as Jesus, will have a reign that will last forever. And so Jesus, when you hang on to him and when you trust him, you know that that's going to last. And a third, God reveals future events. Sometimes don't you wish God would reveal a lot more future events? Like, how's this going to happen and what's going to be the result of this and all the elections that we worry about. But God doesn't give a lot of detail about some things, but he does give some detailed prophecies of especially the kingdoms and the rulers of history and then how the ultimate outcome is going to come about. And so God knows the future. We don't, so we just need to trust him on it. So thanks for spending some time with me and hope